Okay, I think we can start. Please, guys, as soon as you hear your name, answer, okay? So that I can check your attendance. Let me see. Okay, first, let me, okay, is Becerra Jocabet here?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, thank you. Rioja Belis Mariela? Okay, I think she's not here. And finally, Rios Delgado Angela Lucia.
Yes, teacher. Good evening.
Good evening. Okay. Now let's move on to the next class, where it is. Okay, here it is. In this class, we are, oh, 10, okay. Let's see. Álvarez Matos Patricia. Okay, she's not here. Barquero Mejía Karina.
Here, good evening.
Good evening. Cruz Condor Carlos. Okay, he's not here. Lopez Camila.
Hi, I'm here. Good evening.
Good evening. Santalla Rivas Joel.
Present, teacher.
Thank you. Santalla Rivas Roger.
Present, teacher.
Thank you. Serrano Angulo Ana Belén.
I'm here.
Thank you. Cerrudo Cariaga Eloy.
Here, teacher. Good evening.
Good evening. Terrazas Villarruel Bianca Alejandra. Okay, she's not here. And finally, Vargas Ramos Amilcar.
Good evening, teacher.
Okay,
Present.
okay. Now I think we're going to start. As I told you, we're going to practice as writing 1 and writing 2 today, okay? I think that for most of you, this is the first practice session, right?
Hi.
Okay, so we're going to review what we did last class, okay? With the other group. Let me share the screen right now. Okay, now I'm gonna do this. And there we are. We're going to summarize what we did, okay? Writing 1 and writing 2. Can you see the screen? Guys?
Yes, teacher, we can.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, thanks for letting me know. Excellent. Okay. Writing, okay? The writing section of the TOEFL test includes 2 parts. The first one, which is called integrated, and the second, which is called independent one, okay? In this first task, you're gonna read, listen, and write, okay? This is what we have to do. You're gonna read a passage. After that, you're gonna listen a recording about it. And finally, based on what you understood from the reading passage and the recording, you will have to write, okay? A response. Let's move on. What is it about? As I told you, it is about reading, listening, and then writing. How much time do you have? 20 minutes to write, 3 minutes to read, 2 minutes to listen. Okay, that's it. That's the time you have to do this task. What to do? You have to read a passage about the topic. You have to focus on the main ideas and key points. Remember that. You have to listen to a recording about it after that. And what you have to do there? You have to collect information. After you listen to the recording, you're gonna answer a question, okay? You're gonna answer a question. You're gonna read a question or listen to a question. And based on that, you have to write in response to what you read and listen. The amount of words you are supposed to write goes from 150 and 2,225 words, okay? That's the minimum. And that is what is suggested to write. As I told you, personally, I think that the ideas that we have are important, but also the organization and the rules of the language that we have is also important. 65% and 35%. That's the idea. Organization. You have to organize your ideas in order to write properly. The rules. You have to check grammar, spelling, all the knowledge that you have about the language, okay? You have to apply when writing. That's it. Let's move on. The question. This is the question, okay, in this task. It will summarize the points of the lecture. You have to summarize what happens in the lecture. And then you have to explain how those points in the lecture relate to specific points in the reading, okay? You have to make a comparison between the reading passage and the recording, okay? That is what you have to do. The question is always like this. So consider that. Let's move on. What do you have to consider at the moment of reading? Look for the main idea, okay? What is the reading about? Look for the main idea. And finally, look for the supporting ideas. You have to find the main idea and the supporting ones. That's it. That is what you have to find in the reading. What do you have to do at the moment of listening? You have to take notes. It is important to take notes, okay? And you have to take notes on the points, on the specific points that are related to the reading passage, okay? That's it. That is what you have to write about. Let's move on. Suggestions. You have to be direct in your writing. Go straight to the point. You have to choose your words wisely. Try to write as formal as possible. You have to write short sentences, okay? Too long sentences make your writing less comprehensible. So it is really advisable to write short sentences, okay? Short paragraphs as well. A paragraph must contain at least, I don't know, 4 or 5 sentences as maximum, okay? So consider that. Always use the active voice. Passive voice can be also used, but it is not advisable, okay? So consider that as well. You have to review and edit your work. After you finish, please consider taking at least 2 or 3 minutes to read what you did in order to review and correct possible mistakes, okay? It is important. You have to use natural and conversational tone. Try to be warm, okay? That's the idea. Finally, you have to make sure you answer the question, okay? You can write many things, but make sure you answer the question, okay? That is really important. And the criteria of evaluation, okay? You have to consider the information that you're going to add, the organization of ideas. You have to organize the ideas in your mind, okay? In order to write about it. Finally, the language use. The more vocabulary you know, the more grammar structure you know, the more tenses, all those things, if you use them when writing, it would be excellent for your evaluation, okay? That's the idea. Now, what is writing 2 about? It is called independent, okay? This is really simple, okay? And it's really similar to what we did previously. What is it about? In this part, you will have to write an essay, okay? What is an essay? It is a set of paragraphs. Consider that. Based on personal experience or opinion. You have to provide an opinion, a point of view, okay? You will have to write a short sentence containing a topic. And based on that topic, you will have to write your response, an essay, okay? Writing about personal experience or opinion. That's it. What about the time? 20 minutes to write as well. Okay, guys? That's it for writing 1 and writing 2. So now let's move on to something that I have prepared for you. Now I am about to send you a link, okay? In this link, I am again adding some suggestions for you to write, okay? Some connectors, some transitional words, some organizations, and some examples as well, okay? I am adding also an example of an essay that you can consider and you can take as an example to write your own essay, okay? So please, I hope you check it out, okay? It is on the chat box of Zoom. You can go there, you can read, and try to use, okay, these kind of things that I am including in this file, okay? What are you going to find in this link? Here you can find some connectors that can be useful for you to write opinion, sequence, addition, emphasis, contrast, conclusion, and so on. What else? Sequence connectors, okay? In the first part, you have to explain what is it about. First, second, third, then. You can use these words to make your writing more comprehensible, more coherent, okay? So consider using these words. What else? Connectors of opinion in English. In task number 2, you are supposed to provide an opinion, a point of view. So these words can be helpful at the moment of writing that task. Okay, guys? Finally, connectors of conclusion. You have to conclude what you write, okay? You have to make a paragraph, a concluding paragraph. So you can use these words to start writing a concluding sentence or a concluding paragraph. So these are some ideas to take into account. What else? More connectors: sequence, result, emphasis, addition, reason, example. Those words can also be used at the moment of writing, okay? So it would be a good idea for you to check them out. Finally, here, this is really important, okay? This is something that you have to consider. You must consider the structure of paragraphs and the structure of essays, please. A paragraph mainly has to include this, the introduction, which always includes the topic sentence, the body, which contains the supporting sentences, and finally the conclusion. This is the structure of a paragraph, okay? What about this? As I told you before, essay structure. What is an essay? It is a set of paragraphs. Usually a good essay contains, I don't know, 4 or 5 paragraphs. The first one is the introductory paragraph, okay? The second, the third, and the fourth one are supporting paragraphs. In these paragraphs, you're going to explain the ideas that you have. One idea per paragraph, okay? Finally, the concluding paragraph. You have to summarize what you mentioned in the whole essay, okay? That's it. That is the structure you have to follow when writing an essay, okay? It is important. So if you follow this, make sure you're gonna have an excellent score in this part of the writing section of the test, okay, guys? It is important. You can also read them whenever you want. Finally, I am including a sample essay, an argumentative one, okay? This is something that I did when I was at the university, so I hope it will be useful for you, okay? To write your essays, okay? That's it. It contains 5 paragraphs, and it is following the structure that I had just shown you here, okay? This is for you to read. You can read it if you want, okay? That's it. I hope it will be useful for you. Now, guys, it is time for you to practice, okay? We're gonna do the following. I'm gonna end this first. You're gonna read a passage. After that, you're gonna listen. Finally, a question will be explained. Based on the question, you will have some time to write about it, okay? So let's start. If you have any question up to now, please let me know now, okay? I am here to help. Feel free to speak. Is there any question, any doubt? Maybe something that you want to ask?
No, teacher.
Okay, what about the rest?
No, teacher, it's okay.
No, teacher.
No, teacher.
Okay. So let's start then, okay? Okay. Now, guys, please, I'm gonna send a document, okay? Another one. In this document, after you finish your your response, I'm gonna assign numbers, okay? Based on the number I assigned, please copy what you did in that page, okay? Are my instructions clear, guys?
Yes, teacher.
No, I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
Okay, I'm gonna repeat it for you, don't worry. Now, I am sending you another link, okay? Another document. Apart from the one that I have just sent a couple of minutes before. This document is empty for now. Okay, click on the document, the last document I sent, and there you will find this. In that document, you will have some time to write, okay? Please do it in your notebook, I don't know, or in a Word document, in your computer, okay? You will have time to do that. After you finish, please, I'm gonna say, I will say, okay, for example, Lucia, please copy your work on page number 1. Cami Lopez, please copy your work on page number 3. Ana Belén Serrano, please copy your work on page number 4. Now, is it clear?
Sorry,
Yes,
teacher.
yes.
Is this the same document than the last one?
No, there are two different documents. The first one is the one that contains the examples, the suggestions, and all those things. The second one is empty. You have to write what you did
Here.
in the second one.
Teacher,
Yeah,
you
but
said
the second one is the
same.
same link, right? Does anyone has the second link as an empty document? Because for me, it's open the
It is
same
the
link.
same.
Is the
I,
same? Okay.
yes.
Okay. Sorry. Really sorry about it. I got confused. Now, let me know if it is the same document now. The third one.
Okay, now it is in
Yes.
blank, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you. Thank you for letting me know, okay? I got confused with the links. Really sorry about it. Okay. Now, is everything clear now, guys?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
what about rest?
thank
Yes, teacher, it is.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for letting me know. That is the idea. You have to express yourself. You have to speak. Okay, let's start then, okay? We're gonna start with the integrated one task. And in this document, I'm gonna copy, okay? A reading passage that you will be reading. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, this is the reading passage you will read, okay? I'm gonna copy this in the document, which is empty. Okay, there you can find the document, okay? The reading passage, sorry. This is the document. You will have 2 minutes to read this document. And after that, we're gonna listen. Okay, guys? I hope you are ready. If there is any problem, please let me know now. Okay, I think nobody has problems. So let's start reading, okay? You can start reading. Okay, guys, now it is time for you to listen to the recording, okay? I hope everyone is ready. Please let me know if you can hear first, okay?
Now listen to part.
Can you hear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. What about the rest? It is important that you can hear, okay? You're gonna collect information from this recording. So please, if there is any problem with the sound, the connection, I don't know, let me know now, okay? We won't have time to repeat it afterwards, okay? So let me know. Okay, let's start, guys, okay?
Now listen to part of a lecture on the topic you just read about.
All right, so the essay that you all read last week, well, it's very likely that the author of that essay simply didn't like Stein's style. The reasons given in that text kind of point to the author's biases. Take the issue of punctuation for one. Anybody who says the punctuation or the lack of punctuation in Stein's writing doesn't serve a purpose, they clearly haven't read her essay titled Poetry and Grammar. Stein viewed punctuation as a crutch, as a tool that was simply unnecessary. And so, well, relying on a tool like that encouraged authors to write weaker sentences. This is a unique perspective that's worth considering, not something we can simply write off. Second, the idea that Stein took Cubism and approach to writing, applied those concepts to her writing and that Cubism was somehow incompatible with language, that idea completely ignores the changes in poetry since Stein's day. There's been quite a lot of poetry that relies on the sounds of words and the images conjured by what seem like totally nonsensical phrases. Stein's work is of massive literary influence, as an early example of that. And as for Stein's relationships with other authors and artists, you only have to look at Hemingway's famous style to see a Stein's influence. The simple, common words, the repetition, a lot of what we think as Hemingway's came directly from Stein. She really changed the way people around her were working. It wasn't just a social connection.
Summarize the points made in the lecture you just heard, explaining how they cast doubt on points made in the reading.
Okay, guys, did you understand the question at the end of the recording, or do you want me to repeat it?
Repeat it, please.
Okay, no problem at all. Pay attention.
It wasn't just a social connection.
Okay, pay attention, please.
Summarize the points made in the lecture you just heard, explaining how they cast doubt on points made in the reading.
Is it clear now?
Now listen to part of a...
Yeah.
Guys, is it clear now? Okay. Now, it is time for you to start writing, okay? I'm gonna give you 20 minutes to write. Please start, okay? You can also read the reading passage while you write, okay? So you are allowed to do that. Let's start, please. You have 20 minutes from now on. If you have any question, any doubt, something, let me know. I am here to help, okay? Let's start then.
Sorry, we have to write there in the document.
For now, it is not necessary. Okay, you can write in a
Okay.
Word document.
Ah, okay, okay.
Okay, guys, did you finish?
No, teacher, not yet.
Okay, how much time do you need? Remember that for the TOEFL test, you only have 20 minutes. What about the rest?
No, me neither. I'm glad that this is just practice because it's kind of difficult.
Not worry.
Yeah, me,
Okay.
me neither.
Okay, let's do the following, okay? Since you are practicing in this session, it is not compulsory for you to finish today, okay? You're gonna have extra time these days to finish, okay? What you are doing now. But I need to see what you have done up to now, okay? So please, in the document I sent you, Eloy, please copy what you did on page number 1, okay? On page number 2, sorry.
Okay.
Amilcar,
Right now or when I
right now,
finish?
right now. Amilcar, please, on page number 2. Ana Belén on page number 3. Camila on page number 4. Joel, page number 5. Jocabet, number 6. Karina, number 7. Rios Lucia, number 8. And Roger, number 9, okay? I'm gonna give you 1 minute to copy what you did, okay? Okay, guys, are you ready?
Yes, I copy that.
Okay, let's see. Okay, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6 is okay, number 7, and that's it. 2 people are missing, okay? So please try to complete your work.
Teacher,
Okay, let me.
sorry, I had to copy on page number 3. I am Amilcar Vargas. I have to copy on the page number 3, but my space is no.
Okay.
Wait.
Try to do it at the end of the document, okay? Do not worry.
Okay.
Okay, now, before I choose, is there any volunteer who would like to read? Anyone? Okay, then I'm gonna choose. Let me see. Okay, one of the new students, please. Okay, let's see. Okay, who wrote on page number 2? I think it was Eloy, right?
Yes.
Okay, please, can you read what you did?
Okay. In the lecture, the professor made several points about the influence of George Stein's works. She argues that actually Stein had a strongly influence. First, the passage contends that the lack of influential punctuation in Stein's poetry makes her poetry difficult to understand. However, the professor differs from that. She says that Stein did not need to use irrelevant punctuation, and this kind of punctuation is used by some authors as a kind of crutch. Second, the author of the passage holds that Stein's works focus too much on the sounds of the words that she used rather than on the meanings it is supposed to hold. Nevertheless, the professor states that, as a matter of fact, This was the most characteristic part of Stein's works because she used a cubist style in her poetry that influenced the future art. Finally, the passage argues that the historical influence of Stein's is only a deception. Nonetheless, the professor challenged this by stating that one of the authors that was strongly influenced by Stein's works was Ernest Hemingway.
Excellent job. Guys, this is for everybody. This is the way you have to organize your answer, okay, for this task, particularly, okay? Notice that Eloy organized what he understood from the passage and the recording in two ways. First, he mentions what is being said in the lecture, okay? That's it. Second, he makes a comparison, a contrast between what is said in the reading passage and what is said in the lecture, okay? The passage contains, okay? And then he explained what happens in the lecture. However, the professor differs from that. She says that what happens in the reading, what happens in the recording. In the third paragraph, he explains another point. First, he mentions what happens in the reading and then makes a comparison. Nevertheless, sorry about it, okay? Nevertheless, the professor states, then he explains what happens in the recording. Finally, he explains another point following the same structure. What happens in the reading and what happens in the recording. That's it, okay? Maybe just a suggestion, Eloy, maybe a concluding sentence would be perfect to make your answer the best, okay?
Okay.
Maybe something like this: the points explained above are the main points that were contrast in the reading passage and in the lecture. That's it. Something like that, okay? Something to summarize what you did in this writing. That's it. But guys, this is the way you have to organize your answer, okay? The ideas that you have based on what you read and what you listened, okay? This was an excellent example. Good job, Eloy. Good job, excellent job. Maybe you have to check some spelling words and some grammar mistakes, maybe, but apart from that, everything is okay. Is it clear, Eloy?
Yes, it is clear.
Feedback? Okay, please. So, guys, consider this structure of ideas. They are good, okay? So, okay, I'm gonna be reading your works these days, and on Friday, I'm gonna be providing some feedback on what you did today, okay? So I hope you finish what you are doing now in the following days in this document, and on Friday we will be checking, okay? So guys, please, before you leave, I would really appreciate you complete this daily survey, and after that you can leave the session, okay? Meanwhile, if you have any question, something to ask, feel free to speak now, okay?
Hello, I have a question.
Tell me.
Can we find the listening in some page?
Okay, I'm gonna send a recording to the WhatsApp group so that you can listen whenever you want, okay? And complete this task. Is it okay?
Okay, thank you. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
So that's it. Then I'm gonna send the survey, please complete it, and after that you can leave. Give me 1 second, please. I don't know where I am. Okay, here it is. I don't know what happened with the survey. Okay, here it is. Please complete that and you can leave. Thanks for attending. See you on Friday. Take care.
Okay, teacher, see you on Friday.
Bye,
you,
teacher.
bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
teacher.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, thank you.
Goodbye.